Congratulations, everybody. Welcome to my classroom. Today is a good day. It's Thursday, which means I have a very long prep today. 2-hour block classes, so I've got that sweet end of the day prep period, which is it's a glorious thing. So I'm very thankful for that. Today's September 16th. It's Friday. No, today is September 15th. Tomorrow is September 16th. I have my date written for tomorrow already, so that's why I got confused a little bit. So this is a new SOST video. Welcome. This is my 4th year of teaching now. I am currently in my 4th year. Technically, it's my, I'm 3.5 years in because I count my long-term subbing to be part of my, start of actual teaching. So I'm 3.5 years in. And it's been great. It's been a great year so far. I have my biggest class that I've ever had. I have 35. But it's weird. The way my class is set up, I do this kind of horseshoe thing. And setting it up like this, it makes it feel like it's not crowded. It's 35, but it doesn't feel like, oh my gosh, there's too many kids in here. So it's all right. It's all good. And that reminds me, I need to put in my my request to get that extra money for the limit is 35, and if you have 35 or more kids here at Sanger, then you get paid like $3 a week or something like that. I don't know, but extra money's extra money, right? Okay, hold on, this is hurting me. All right, there we go. So I'm here, and what is the topic today? What is the SOST topic today? The topic today is having to sometimes say goodbye to a student. That's a hard thing to deal with, and I had my first real go around with that last year. And I don't mean just saying goodbye as in like, you're graduating now, goodbye. That's kind of a bittersweet thing too, but I'm talking about like out of the blue, when you expect to have this kid around for a lot longer and create more memories with this student and things like that, and then suddenly they're gone, and how to deal with that. I also am the speech coach here at Sanger High School, for those of you who don't know. And when you're a coach of a sport, we all develop relationships with our students, and we become close with our students that are in our core classes that we teach. But when you coach a sport, you get very close with that student because you're around them a lot more. You're around them at weekends, you're driving with them to tournaments, and you talk and you get to know each other a lot more. So my speech kids, I'm very close with, and one student in particular last year who's very successful on the team and just very successful in school in general, her family had to move over to Sacramento, and that was a hard thing to kind of accept because I was so ready for her to become a team captain and for her to be the mentor for the rest of the speech team who wanted to do the same events as her and all that stuff. But one day I'm walking to class. Sorry, my arm is killing me. But one day I'm walking to class, and she's behind me, and she's like, "Mr. Norris," and she's like, she's very somber looking. She's got tears in her eyes, and she's like, "I got to talk to you." And I sat down at my desk, and she was like, I'm moving. This is it. I'm going to Sacramento. This is it." And I just kind of sat back in my chair and didn't really know what to do. It was it was hard to hear and hard to deal with. And but what I'm here to say is every teacher will go through this. They will have students that will just up and leave out of nowhere because of outside things that cause them to leave, and it sucks. But what's most important to remember is the fact that if you have that happening, then you're doing something right. If you have this relationship with a student where it's like this kid is telling you, "I have to leave," and it's this sad thing, then that means you've had an impact on them. That means you're doing your job correctly. And be happy that you have done something so positive for that student. Be happy that you have created such a a presence in this kid's life, it's a win. It's a win. It sucks. It's bittersweet, but it's a win for sure. So if you are going through that, just know that there are other teachers that are going through that, and also just know that there are some teachers that don't go through this because they just don't impact kids. So if you're going through that, then you're doing a good job, and hang in there, because it's just part of being a teacher. And I'm sure you'll keep in touch with that student. I know I will. I have been. And she's actually gotten into contact with me and asked me for advice for her new speech on her new speech team over at her new school. So I hope that I run into her at tournaments and still get to check out her new speeches. And it's a good thing. It's all good. So it's not as hard as I thought it would be. It's a very different place, but we'll move on. We'll keep moving forward. That's the one thing I don't like about this job. I'm not a fan of change. And at the end of every school year, having just to say goodbye for the year is hard for me to do. Knowing that I'm just gonna next year, bring in the new ones. It's hard to create such a strong relationship in 182 days and then just be like, that's it, we're done, we'll see ya. My arm is freaking killing me. I'm only 6 minutes, and somehow in the past I've made like 15-minute videos and my arm didn't hurt. Okay, anyway, I'm leaving all this in. This is all raw footage, man. I don't edit anything. Anyway, so that was that. The next thing I want to talk about is, also, if you have an experience like I just shared, go ahead and type it below. I want to hear your experience. I kind of want to see if anybody else is kind of going through the same thing or has gone through the same thing. Type it below. Next thing I want to talk about is my classroom. The last time I did a classroom tour, I'm going to be honest, I hated my room. I went back and watched that video and I was like, ugh, this room looks terrible. First of all, I have carpet now. I don't know if I've shared that with you, but oh man, what a difference carpet makes. It first of all just makes you feel more at home. Second, it just looks better. When you have tile, it's just kind of like, is this a hospital waiting room or a classroom, right? So having the carpet just makes it feel so much better, and I love it. So that's the number one change. Second, I've got some new additions. I got my black and white flag. Why did I have the black and white flag? I'm just not a fan of red, white, and blue. And that, when I say that, I don't mean anything in regard to patriotism or nationalism or blah, 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 whatever. I just don't like the colors together. My school's colors are red, white, and blue, and I hate it. Ugh. Red, white, and blue just look awful together. That's just my opinion. So when I found this on eBay, I was like, that's pretty cool. It's just cool. I like weird things that change like that. It's black and white and it's just red. So I brought that in. I got my Blink-182 flag. I don't remember if that was, I seriously can't even point. My arm hurts so bad. But I don't remember if I've talked about my Blink flag, but that's also new. Check out my new movie posters over here. I've got Better Call Saul, awesome TV show. If you're a fan of Breaking Bad and you haven't watched it, please watch it. Got my Jaws poster. Here we go. This is from State 2 years ago. It's a little plaque with Kenny and I and the students we brought. And I hate when people just walk in my room like they own the place. Think they're in the right spot. Anyway, you can hear State from last year. This is all of us. Get that glare out of there.